Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about, is Bitcoin going to finally push out over 25,000, or is it going to start decline back to around 19,000? And really, what happened with APT? Well, let's discuss it. If you haven't already, drop a comment, subscribe, and click that bell. So let's take a look first at Bitcoin and see what's going on. All right, Bitcoin today is trading around 23,962. There's still around 10 hours, let's say 11 hours left in the trading period. Now, we're getting rejected again, and that is coming from this area right here that I'm going to show to you guys. So about right here is where that previous resistance was coming in, and we're coming right back to it again. And well, what's going on? Why are we bouncing up right here? Well, it's because of that, also that previous resistance now acting as support. It looks like now, is it really strong? Not quite, not that great, but it is something that is there. Just to kind of show you where we are. So where could the price drop? Where can it really stop? Where's a good solid point? What's a good solid foundation for Bitcoin to kind of start stabilizing and get moving back? Well, the thing here with Bitcoin is that market structure that you really want to be paying attention to. The market structure that we have around 22,400 coming back from, let's see, the 21st of January to the 31st. This area is a strong enough market structure to say that if it does start to kind of come back down, so 22, it will kind of balance that back in and at least kind of bounce off of that. And I'm going to show you in just a second, right? We also have this market structure coming from that moment here, that previous support, this previous rejection that we had, and so forth and so on, and coming back down even all the way back to 2020. Now, could it really reach back down over here? It could. It could drop down to 21 without hesitation, because you also have even another strong form of market structure coming back from August as well. Now, it's getting rejected from going lower, so it's not. It's bouncing off right here in about 10. Well, in about 10 hours or so, we can really see. Now, the MFI is also reading about 69.70, so I think it will start to go down a little bit more. It's very possible. Is it too close to call really or going? Well, not really. But the good thing and the optimistic thing to think about is that we are still finally over the bear market. So we're pushing into that bull market. Still just a little bit correction going on, moving up. I mean, you guys didn't really think that it was just going to keep going all the way to the top and not stop, right? At least some. Well, so no, it is going back up. We will see that rejection, and you're going to catch more videos about this. I know we kind of restarted this channel to kind of go into it, but I've spoke about it with many of my friends and colleagues as well. It's getting hit that it's really strong point for here. But if we drop down to the 4 hour mark, we're going to see that it is getting a little bit better as far as it's starting to build up. You can see it's bouncing back, it's rejecting those lower prices, so that's good. Now, given that we have around 2 hours and 50 minutes left in this 4 hour mark, but uh, what we need to see at this point is another couple of green candles. So we need to see this candle kind of grow a little bit in the next one, a good solid momentum candle, at least set the precedent for the next 4 to 8 hours to kind of see what's going on, all up until we get finished for the day, right? And speaking about that, coming back to the daily chart, this is what we need to see. We need to really see that turn down, really kind of go and turn into a doji. We don't want to see a hammer necessarily, but we do want to see it kind of start to reverse a little bit right here, and that's still possible, but it's starting to get undecided. And the candle from the 22nd really did kind of give a positive vibe, and this is where you're seeing that fighting comeback. But it did kind of give that positive moment, but also signified that it will start to have lower prices as well, the same as this Keystone Doji. So, being that it may, will the support or the previous resistance be enough to push it back up to fight to the next one? Well, it could be. That's what we have to see from this moment. But coming in furthermore, with Ethereum trading at 1651, man, it's been forever. We want to get to 2000 very, very bad. So we want to see that coming in at least sometime soon. But guess what? People in hell want ice water. but doesn't mean we're actually going to get it right. No, so we have this moment here that we can call our soft form of support. I call it soft form again, kind of as we were speaking about the whole Bitcoin situation, is that it's just not enough market structure to really call it, in my opinion. Again, like I said, this is my opinion, but it's not strong enough to come in. This one's not, is what I mean. Right here, it's not strong enough. So, but all in all, it does look pretty positive. We really want to see this. This is exactly the moment that we want to see with Bitcoin. This kind of setup right here. We want to see more of this, right? We want to see this actually start to be a little bit more full of a candle, and we want to see the next candles to kind of come up a little bit bigger, right? You know the story, right? The three soldiers. So that's what we want to see from Ethereum pushing in more so, and I think it will start to be a little bit bullish. Now, what are the problems that we're going to have with that, right? And I can't seem to get this going. All right. So what's the problems that we're going to face with with Ethereum coming up? Is that we're still right here in this moment here back from October, and we're still in this moment right here that's kind of fighting us off. Now, yeah, you're gonna probably argue with me like, yeah, well, Brent. No, because technically that is still we're still inside of that resistance. I mean, we're still inside of that resistance. It's not because of that one definite line. So we're still pushing back from that. We need to see some good, strong momentum coming in. Now, as far as the MFI goes, right, 54, it's great, right? We're also, the same thing with Bitcoin is that it is still positive. We're still somewhat in a bull market. Are we strong in the bull market? Hell no, we're not strongly in the bull market, but that is some good positive news. We're not in the strong, honestly, the market's not as strong as it was before, but if you think about it, Bitcoin and Ethereum have actually been battling it out as far as like fighting against everything and considering with the dollar and well, everything in general, right? Uh, People are like, is it altcoin season or not? What's happening with FTS? What's happening with XRP? What's going on with that? Right? But like the thing is that either way, you're going to be combatant for each one of them, right? But uh, this is where we stand. We're still fighting in that moment. I think if I look at it correctly, and I think if we can pull off a good momentum candle, and we can touch 1750, 800 quite easy. And until we're about 1780, $1,800, we won't see anything until about right here, around 1840, 1834, 48, something like that. All right, so what's happening with APT? Right, going by the dollar, it's trading around what, 13 bucks and 60. We had what, that good little pump coming in right here at the 15th, and then it just started to kind of droop down, back off. A good retracement, honestly. That's a healthy point. You can't really say anything bad about that. It's somewhat of a newer type deal, but it has a good moment. You're gonna have those where it drops and comes in. It needs to build a market structure. You're gonna see that. You can't like really blame it. Now it shot really high and then of course sold, right, and it started coming up down. But back in January of this year, that's where it really started to climb. If you had entered this right when it came out, which I know some of you guys really, a lot of people really bought in and just held and held and held, and you really made a good profit. And it's starting to build, like I said, it's starting to build that market structure where it's something that you're going to be able to at least trade on it now, right? When you're going into a coin, and I've seen so many people do this, they come into the coin, there's just nothing there. You have no idea what the hell's going on or what to really expect. But um, here, at least we're building some market structure to come back on, right? And this is a good point. We have moments now that you can actually start to kind of come back and speculate, right? Now, here we are. So if you think about it, we have honestly somewhat of an okay, um, we have an okay part of a support, right? Given that, right, we have a moment of resistance coming in to expect at least because this is coming as support as well, and we have something to understand when we're going to start catching our resistance, where we're going to see that buying pressure, that selling pressure coming in. And here you're going to see selling, or the selling pressure is really going to come in right here at like 16. So to reach it like 20 bucks is going to be a little hard for a while, right? Which would be an all-time high for this coin. Would be really hard to get it at this point, but not really. Will it still go down? I think the next couple of days it will continue to actually decline and reach a hard 11 bucks, 10 bucks if it doesn't really correct. Let's say 11.86, something like that. It's got a good possibility depending on this this candle here, how it folds out to be. Now let's take a look at that as well with the point, right? We're showing some buying going on in the 4 hours, right? So 2.5 can easily turn around and can also show, but there's not enough volume really coming in as well. We don't really see much happening in the last 4 hours like we did the other day, but all in all, I think it's going to kind of hang out here for quite some time. It's going to bounce up and down. It's going to bounce up and down between 16 and 13 in that area, unless it really starts pushing a lot of a selling pressure starts kind of driving that back down. But we're seeing that good point and that good moment, and if you had entered and left at the same time, which again here we have your big moment of rejection that was going to kind of tell you it was going to go down right here as well. But all in all, it is a good coin, and if you can buy right back in a good time, if this will push up, I think you're going to be able to make some cash as well. Let's take a look at the market for right now. So Bitcoin 0.2% up for the day, Ethereum 1.1, BNB 0.7, Hex dot XRP's down by 0.9. Not a bad day if you really think about it. We have Shiba up by plus 2.9%, which is good. Sol is up by 2.8. Litecoin is 1.4. So overall, just an average day. AVAX, of course, everybody in the news, the SEC. DOT is up by 3%, which is good as well. And Atom's up by 1.1. Nothing's really going on a whole lot. We're still trying to figure out everything that's well kind of happening, right? So stay tuned. Do subscribe, help me support the channel, and I'll be coming to you with some reviews. I'll be showing you really how to go over some applications, how we're going to use those. And not only that, we're also going to be going over some hot news as well that you should really be paying attention to as well. So stay with me, and I will catch you guys next time.